So one of the things that I've been hearing a lot about, or there's been quite a bit of conversation about in the marketplace, is this concept of growth, business growth. Going to the next level and building, six figure, multi six figure, seven, eight, whatever that number is, figure business that people get really excited about. And this video isn't about dumping on your vision of what it is that you want to achieve, because I am definitely one of those high achiever, big vision, I want to do it, go big or go home kind of people. However, one of the things that I don't think we hear enough about as we talk about business growth is the cost of growth. So there's a lot of, information, or not even information. I would say just a lot of discussion or even hype in some instances around, having these bigger businesses generating more revenue, but no one ever really talks about the price or the cost of doing so. And I think when we don't balance out that conversation, we're actually doing our clients a disservice by only focusing on the rah, rah, rah and not really discussing what happens behind the scenes in order to make that vision become a reality. And so there are a couple things that I just want to touch on today is, as you are looking at your business, especially as we are now approaching the halfway mark in the year, like we are rapidly wrapping up Q2 of this year. And many times it's when we take a moment to pause and, are we on track or are we not on track if you don't do it on more frequent basis? And I think it's important to understand that as we're making these decisions to help us achieve whatever our goal is, whether we're at a place where, I just need to maintain, or I would like to see some actual growth, is first understanding that what got you here, wherever here is in your business, won't get you there. And so as you're thinking about, I want to grow, I want to build this business, for whatever reason, whatever your big vision is for your business, and you're making decisions, it's important to understand that what got you here at this place in your business won't get you there, wherever that next level is. And you have to make decisions to get you there from that place, from where you're headed, and not necessarily from where you are. That can be challenging because we're looking at where we are, and many times we are overworked. We are, there are a lot of things. We are juggling a lot of balls. We're trying to get things going. Maybe even trying to get some things off our plates. If you're like myself, delegating can be a challenge. Anybody with me, right? And so when you're doing that, it's really important to really take a step back to actually create an actual strategy for growth. The second thing is being intentional about your growth. I feel like sometimes we just throw out these numbers. I've been guilty of it, and then not really taking the time to understand what it takes to make those numbers reality. Whatever number you put out there, it's possible, right? But it's going to require you to do some things that you're probably likely not doing now. And it's probably going to require you to do some investing at a level that you're currently not doing right now. And so, with that, you have to make some different decisions in order to grow your business or to achieve that level of growth. And there, as I was preparing and thinking about this topic, because it's really been something that's been on my mind, I think about one of my former clients. She's the author of the book First This, Then That. Her name is Leslie Hassler. And in there, she has a chapter in her book called Growth is a Fickle Mistress. Don't have the book. I highly recommend it. But in there, and I just grabbed this, she says, when your business is growing the fastest, your cash is at its lowest. And that can be very uncomfortable because we often, again, we talk about growth. We talk about, I want to build this amazing business, or whatever that may look like, whatever that number, insert number. And we don't always talk about the cost, and we need cash in order to do it. And you can have a strategy outside of just having someone that's always just investing in your business if you think about it correctly. And that's why I say it's important to really be intentional about your growth and really start to think through what it would take to get you to that next level. Even if you're at a place right now, you're like, Dr. Nadia, I am not yet in position to be able to put all those pieces in place in order to get there. But it's important for you to know what the pieces are, right? When you think about, how many people do you need on your team? How much additional cash do you need? Do you have the right systems in place, the right technology in place, the right attorney? Is your business structured in the right way? What tax implications might that mean once you hit this next level? Like, there's so many questions that I haven't even thought of right now in this moment for you to consider as you're thinking about going to that next level. And I think we do ourselves a disservice when we're always go, go, go. I set a goal, I'm going for it, and we don't pause to actually think things out, especially when it comes to counting the cost. Growing and building a sustainable business, one that is going to be able to support you and really help you to achieve the vision that you have in your mind, is going to require strategy. It's going to require you to pause and think through and be intentional and make very strategic business decisions as you're growing your business. Think about who's on your team, who is the next best hire, how much revenue do you need in order to be able to afford to pay that person to come on team? Should it be an employee versus an independent contractor, or hiring an agency to provide that service? If it is an agency, how long should they be doing it before you transition them out and transition someone in? As you're doing that, what are some things that you need to make sure you get in place so that that can be a seamless transition and not be disruptive to your business? There's so many things that we have to consider as we are talking about growth. And one of the things that I think that we often overlook is the cost of growth. There's so much associated with that. There's so many intimate and delicate details, especially depending on your business. And when you come, especially service based, there's only so many hours in a day. And so at some point, you may even have to consider, how am I going to replicate myself? Is that going to be through digital products or actual products, information products, or am I going to hire a team and train them? Like, whatever, right? Whatever that looks like for you, it's important that you take the time to think it through. And so I invite you, I really encourage you that as we are, like I said, rapidly, oh my gosh, approaching the end of the second quarter for this year, to take a minute, even if you're on track and you look, you're like, okay, I'm doing good. I'm all right. Things are going great. What are some of the things that you need to start to consider or start preparing for to get them in place in order to support you at your next level in your business? Because I'm telling you, it's really important that we think about those things. I have clients that come to me and they're like, Dr. Nadia, but I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this and I want to. And I'm like, that's great. However, you're not ready. There's so many things that are associated with this you haven't even considered. And so until we address these different areas, I can guarantee you that the growth that you desire, if you were to hit it tomorrow, would actually do more harm than good. And it's important that we think about it, because there are a lot of things that are dependent upon us growing successful businesses. It impacts more than just us. It's a very weighty decision. However, when we don't take the time to really put together a strategy, and I'm not saying you need a 500-page business plan, but I am saying that we need to pause and really think through what the decisions are that we need to make, even down to our offers, our price points, what we're saying yes to, what we're saying no to. All of that impacts our ability to grow and scale at the pace that we desire. And if we don't do it, it can actually backfire once we get there. So just some food for thought, things to consider as you are growing your business. And this is such a topic. This is something that's really been, something that I've just been thinking about, especially as my clients are coming to me, Dr. Nadia, I want to get to this level. I want to get to that level. I want to do this. I'm like, yes, let's do it. And before we do, here's some things that we must look at in order to make sure that once you get there, you can sustain it and be able to build upon that should you decide that, yes, I'm here and I want to go to that next level beyond what your current goals may be. All right. So just take some time, really think about what are some of the things that you need to adjust. But I also encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel because I'm going to do a series on this. I'm really going to take some time to go a little bit deeper into things that you need to consider as you are building this out, but also some of the pitfalls that you may come across. But, like I said today, cash is one of them. So definitely thinking about and looking at your numbers so that you'll be able to grow that business and stay there, maintain and sustain and build upon that success and not have it come back to bite you in the butt. All right. All right. This is Dr. Nadia signing off. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.